Hi, welcome to the One True Divine Feminine and Psychic Investigations Tarot, a place where we spread light, love, and angelic vibes across the universe. We also solve crimes and delve into difficult topics. And I will behave myself more fully today. Yes, I can be outspoken, especially when I think wrongs are afoot. But today I will behave, just so you know. However, we are going to work on crime solving today. And when we're done with that, we're going to delve back into our Neptune series, focusing on Neptune in the 11th house. Think of it as the 12 days of Christmas. And we're working our way down the chain, right? And we're only focusing on the high vibing end of how Neptune and Pisces operate in the chart. And when we get into the other side, you'll see how vastly different they are and why free will is so very, very important. Now, in the meantime, though, we're going to work on some of the homemade cards because I think that's where the juice is. So, and yes, I thank Mary, High Priestess Intuition, for the thumbs up on the astrology. Yes, I did use astrology to solve my own case and to get keen insight into a matter that I needed keen insight on. And when that energy is used wisely for the better of society, it can help do all kinds of wonderful things. And that's all it was ever meant for. So, that being said, today we're going to focus on the fact that 150 federal prosecutors were essentially hired to help me and the other divine feminines with what happened in our lives. You know, things are really messed up when you need 150 federal prosecutors to bring justice to just a couple of women, right? And yet that's my story. Now, I know things are happening. I know I was impatient for a long time, but I see that stuff is happening. But one of the things that's really got me completely upset is the fake reality / porn show that was run in my house, possibly using fake apps on my own phone to help transmute images of my husband and I's naked body, possibly all over the world, so people could make money off of it, which in essence is really nothing more than complete filth and sex trafficking. So I really want this solved because this is one of the biggest cases of sex trafficking that will ever happen in this country. And I don't care who the patrons are. People shouldn't be doing that sort of stuff. It's complete and utter filth. And the lesson needs to be learned that this is unacceptable human behavior. And because some of this has already slid through here, I want to make sure that the shady court cases in my county get stopped. Why? Because there were people potentially involved who took suitcases of money. And again, I don't know who all was involved here, but if you look at some of the other cases where they did this to other women, it involved people like, dirty lawyers, dirty cops, dirty mayors, dirty sheriffs, things like that. So I want to stop the injustices. So I'm bringing a light and awareness to it because we need to make sure that people actually get justice out of this. So, and oh, yeah, I do believe this will make international news. I do. Sadly. I mean, I really don't want that to happen, but it's going to go bazinga, right? And definitely, there were some divine masculines involved. Now, which ones? Well, that is a really good question, right? Because we had divine masculines who were involved with property issues. We had divine masculines involved with trafficking. We have Nostradamus, who predicted that some divine masculines, one of which he called the Great Trumpeter, who was filled with madness, was going to be prominent in this time and era. We have divine masculines from covens. It's really hard to say which exact divine masculines are involved. So don't take this to heart unless it resonates with your story. Now, if you were one of the ones involved, well, this is going to be startling for you. So Here's what detectives need to look for with the filthy show that was run out of my house that abused both my husband and I. I'm told that there were patrons all over the world, possibly. Certainly, I think in England, many wealthy patrons and potential like stars from basketball groups and, whoever wanted to be in my shower with me. But the people involved are going to have sudden wealth that they can't explain, and probably a lot of it, right? Because it was a live porn show. So, to the divine masculines, whoever you are, that were involved, I want names. Every patron, all your paying clients, and guess what? In the pen, they're going to bang you a new one. Big boys don't like men who touch kids. And neither do I. I want every single name. Every name. The names of the locals that you paid off who helped. Organizations and privileged patrons, because privilege shouldn't allow you to buy a woman's body without consequences. Why am I asking this? Both for my husband, who was also abused, and for filthitizing the divine feminine, which is your mother, your wife, your daughter, your sister, your aunt. Big warning, kitty pervs don't do well in jail. It's time to spill your guts. And I would do it soon if I were you, because they are going to find out what happened. Now, sometimes spreading light and love in the universe means first that you have to dispel the darkness, right? You have to whisk the evil out the door. That means you got to kick out the devils. Some of you going down for this, brother. I want all of your crooked ties, every last one. Your mob connection buddies, your secret society pals, the people who paid for the porn, every single mofo, your corrupt cronies, plus how you pulled it off from A to Z, right? Complete instructions of how you pulled it off from A to Z so this can be stopped in the future. Now, I heard that this was really a lot of fun for some people. It was just like taking candy from a baby. But guess what? We've got Pluto in Capricorn right now. That's something you didn't count on. And it's here to help expose corruption, right? And the purpose of that is so that we can learn from where we are and transform our value system in this country. Why? We don't need to make America great again. We need to make it decent again. So, the burly bears and the big dogs are coming, right? You know what's coming. Though whichever divine masculines are involved, you know what's coming. The detectives are going to figure this out. I have faith in them. Gemini, you're going to regret this shit. It's not funny. It's trafficking. And you go to jail for that. God hired me. Who exactly going to fire me? That's my message for today. As you can tell, I'm healing despite the filth that I've been drugged through. And now we're also going to do one of our little readings for Neptune. And remember, Neptune is where God likes to whisper in our ears. We're working our way through the houses. And we're only dealing with the high vibe end of Neptune and how it operates, because we all have free will. And the opposites between when you're operating on a good side versus, a negative side or impact of Neptune are like night and day. So we're only working on high vibing stuff. And now we're in Neptune in the 11th house. So traumas incurred in past lives can be healed when Neptune shows up in the 11th house. This could have occurred through any kinds of shocks or accidents. Certainly, former Neptune placements in this house can also indicate escapism through addictions. And you can see it's like this person is literally losing their mind because of the things that they're doing. And addictions are basically an effort to dissolve the body and separate it from the mind. And of course, an extreme form of this would be suicide. Another high vibing thing that could happen with this placement is that you could use your spiritual gifts to help society. So here we have the high priestess. She's tapping in with her crown chakra, and she wants to quest for the nature of existence, draw down that cosmic energy, and help to do good in the world. And the idea is to basically use that energy, that godlike spiritual energy, to birth a new world, right? And into existence. And if that all goes well, not only can you transform yourself, your former traumas, but you can also help to heal society. Now, that includes healing friendships, dreams you've wanted to pursue, society itself, and even finding a way to forgive others that you associate with more easily. It can also help you to work within organizations that provide relief and empathy to the suffering. Prayer. This is called the Traveler's Prayer. And hypnotherapy can help to heal the past life traumas, soul fragmentation, or a sense of being alienated from society or friends. This is something that can happen in the 11th house. Joining social causes or humanitarian movements can also help your soul to work out its desire to be philanthropic. And I call this the Helping Hands card. So you can see, with that Neptune placement, it's like you want to be of service to the world. And this placement can also indicate a need to choose your friends wisely by steering away from those with drug, alcohol, or other addictions. Basically, you want to avoid people that are wearing masks and hiding their dirty deeds behind the masks that they put on. And if you do choose your friends wisely, they can help you on your soul journey, so you can expand your consciousness wisely. So that's the high vibe end of things. And also, with this, you want to stay clear on what your actual goals are, so you don't lose yourself in the wishes of others. So when you tap into the high end of things, Neptune can be a very positive planet. All right. Again, House 11, Neptune and Pisces, how they operate in the chart on a high vibing end. I hope the information on the Fake Reality TV show helps. I know a lot of people would rather just brush that all under the carpet, right, and make it go away. However, it was one of the most extreme cases of sex trafficking, I would say, that we've had. And it abused both my husband and I. And there were paying patrons, so people paid for it. And I think it needs to be solved. And partly just because I don't appreciate having my body sold to strangers. My husband, if he knew, you don't even want to know what he would do. But also because these are the kinds of things that Pluto in Capricorn are going to expose. Why? So that we can clean up the filth that we're currently dwelling in the cesspool that we've turned our country into as of late. So we're going to deal with it so that we can restore decency to our country. And I think that would be a great Christmas gift, don't you? Because whatever happened to me could happen to your family as well. So may God bless you on this holiday season. May you find peace and happiness. Please know that my heart center is filled with love and gratitude for everybody who's digging into this absolute difficult situation on my behalf. I appreciate the real cops. I appreciate the real lawyers, the real judges, the people who are doing their best to make our struggling justice system work. It means everything to me. All right. God bless and have a great holiday season. Take care.